Discuss about the genetic disorders. Okay, so what is the genetic disorder? Genetic disorder are the some that disorder which is occur in the due to the changes in either in the genes or in the chromosome. Okay, so that is called the genetic disorder. Means suppose some changes occur in our gene level or in the chromosomal level, that is called as the, due to that certain means symptoms will occur, so that is called the genetic disorder. Okay, so this genetic disorder is mainly categorized into two class. First one is the Mendelian disorder, another one is the chromosomal disorder. Okay, so like in case of Mendelian disorder, there is different examples: hemophilia, like color blindness, thalassemia, sickle cell anemia. And likewise in chromosomal disorder, the most common is the Down syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, and Turner syndrome. Okay, so what is the difference between Mendelian disorder and the chromosomal disorder? So in case of the Mendelian disorder, it is happen because of the changes or mutation in a single gene level. Okay, when a single gene has been changed, then it is comes under the Mendelian disorder. Whereas when the changes occur in the changes or the abnormal arrangement occur in one or more chromosome level. Okay, so then it is called as the chromosomal disorder, right? Like as you know that suppose this is the chromosome. Okay, and in one chromosome there is many locus can occur. Okay, and each locus denoted to the each characteristic or each gene, right? Suppose here each locus, suppose this is the locus, and here it will be having either capital A and small a, capital A and capital A, like that arrangement can be found. Okay, so when the complete chromosome will change, or the arrangement will change, or some mutation will happen in the complete chromosome level, then it is called as the chromosome disorder. Whereas the if suppose some changes occur in the only gene level, single gene level, then it is called as the Mendelian disorder. Okay, so this Mendelian disorder generally follows the principle of Mendel's principle of inheritance. Okay, and this chromosomal disorder doesn't follow the Mendel's principle of inheritance. Okay, and this may be recessive or dominant in nature, and the chromosomal disorder is always dominant in nature. Okay, so suppose if because it is encountering the complete chromosome, right, the complete locus of the chromosome, that's why it is always occur in dominant form. Whereas this Mendelian disorder can occur either in the form of recessive as well as the dominant form. Okay, like in case of the Mendelian disorder, the example is hemophilia, sickle cell anemia. And in case of the chromosomal disorder, that is the Turner syndrome and downstream syndrome. Okay, so the basic difference between these two type of disorder is it is occur on the gene level, it is occur on the chromosomal disorder occur in the chromosome level. Okay, so any changes or any arrangement happen in the chromosomal level, then it is called as the chromosomal disorder. And when some alteration and mutation happen in single gene, then it is called as the Mendelian disorder. Okay, so Mendelian disorder are the genetic disorder which is caused at a single genetic locus. Okay, and it is primarily due to the alteration in one gene or as a result of abnormality in the genome. Okay, so it is happen in the like gene level, not the complete chromosome level. Okay, and condition can be seen this if suppose some offspring is showing the Mendelian disorder, so we can deduce the from where this disorder come from the offspring, that we can deduce through the history of that particular offspring family. Okay, that is we analyze through the pedigree tree. Okay, So yes, the Mendelian disorder, you can identify like the what is the root cause of that particular disease. Okay, and these genetic disorder are quite rare and may affect one person in every 1,000 or a million person. Okay, so this is the Mendelian disorder. So there is four basic type of Mendelian disorder. First one is the autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive, X-linked dominant, and X-linked recessive. Okay, so you know, like in our body there is two type of cell. One is the autosome cell, and another one is the X-linked or sex-linked chromosome is there, right? So 22 pairs are the autosome chromosome, and only one pair where the germline cells is having those chromosome, that is the either XX and XY. Okay, so this set of chromosome is called as the 23rd pair of the chromosome, or the sex chromosome. Okay, so in what is the autosomal dominant? When the affected gene is located on a autosome, okay, means either of these 22 chromosome, when this gene is located, then the disorder get expressed in both the homozygous and heterozygous condition, and this disorder is called as the autosomal dominant. Okay, so autosomal dominant, the name suggests it should occur only in the dominant form, not in the recessive form, right? And when this gene is linked with this from this 22 set of the chromosome, then it is called as the autosomal dominant chromosome, and it can only be means highlighted when means it is present as a dominant. So when it will be dominant? When it is present either as a homozygous dominant or heterozygous condition. Okay, the affected person has an affected parent and occur in every generation. Okay, because this is the dominant disorder, that's why every generation will be having that particular symptoms. Okay, so that is the autosomal dominant disorder. Okay, then second one is the autosomal recessive. Okay, so it is also linked with the 22 pair of autosome chromosome, and it is only expressed when the condition is having homozygous recessive. Okay, then only if the offspring is having the homozygous recessive gene, then only this disorder will occur. Okay, both parents of an affected person are either carrier or affected themselves. Okay, so the suppose for the offspring should be autosomal recessive, the parent either should be the affected parent or it should be the carrier. Okay, then only the offspring will be autosomal recessive happen. Okay, how come? Like suppose the mother is having recessive gene. Okay, suppose this is the recessive gene, and the father is also having the recessive gene. Okay, so it is saying the father and mother both either having the affected one, or or either it be the correct means carrier one. Okay, so in that case what will happen is, then only the if the cross will occur. Okay, so 20 in this scenario what will happen is 25% offspring will be affected one. Okay, so means to fulfill like to occur the recessive disorder in offspring, the parent either should be the affected parent or should be the carrier parent. Okay, so that is the autosomal recessive, and the example are the sickle cell anemia, phenylketonuria, cystic fibrosis, and thalassemia. Okay, and the autosomal dominant disease is the Huntington's disease. Okay, and this hypercholesteremia is also one of the autosomal dominant. This example you have to remember, like in exam point of view, it can be asked like this thalassemia is which kind of disease, and this hypercholesteremia is what kind of disease. So like that it can be asked. So whatever example you will find, just remember those example, like those example comes under which category. Okay, then you are having the X-linked dominant or sex-linked dominant. So when the affected gene is located on the X sex chromosome, and the disorder get expressed in both homozygous as well as the heterozygous condition, then the disorder is called as the X-linked dominant. Like autosomal dominant, the X-linked dominant is all should be found in either homozygous condition or heterozygous condition. Okay, and because it is the like X-linked dominant disease, that's why female are more frequently affected, because in case of the men there is X and Y. Okay, so that's why like half of the population will be having this X and Y gene. So that's why male is not that much affected, female are more frequently affected, because in case of female there is 2X, right? So that's why they are more affected in case of the X-linked dominant gene. Okay, and females are more frequently affected, but both males as well as female can be affected in one generation. Okay, so suppose if your parents is having homozygous or heterozygous condition, then both male as well as the female can also be affected, but female will be more affected in comparison to the male. Okay, so the example of the X-linked dominant will be hypophatemic rickettsia or vitamin D resistant rickettsia. Okay, and yeah, that ornithine transcarbamylase deficiency is also comes under the X-linked dominant disorder. Okay, and the last one is the X-linked recessive. That is the when the affected gene is located on the X chromosome, and the disorder only expressed when the homozygous recessive condition occur. Okay, so this disorder is called as the X-linked recessive. Okay, and here the males are more frequently affected, and these affected males are present in every generation, because the that particular X which is having the like gene of this disorder passing in every generation, right? So that's why if parent male is affected, then every like generation son will be every time affected. Okay, so the the example is hemophilia, color blindness, and muscular dystrophy. Okay, so the most of the question occur comes from the this recessive type of disorder. Either it will be like autosomal recessive, or from the like X-linked recessive. Okay, so just careful about these two type of disorder. And apart from that, the dominant will be all if you your parents is having homozygous dominant or heterozygous dominant. Dominant in the sense, if this character is present in one of the gene locus, then the offspring will be definitely affected. Okay, but in case of the like recessive condition, either it should be it should be, in case of the autosomal recessive, it should be present in the homozygous recessive condition. But in case of the X-linked recessive, if the mother is carrier and the father is like means affected one, then the offspring will be affected. Okay, so that thing you have to remember, like how it is the genetic cross is happened. So as I told you, hemophilia is one of the example of sex-linked recessive disease. Okay, and what happens in case of hemophilia, it is also called as the royal disease. Okay, so in this case, a protein involved in the blood clotting factor is affected. So the blood clotting factor is absent in case of the hemophilia, so the blood is continuously flowing. Okay, so it is not getting clot. So a simple cut result in non-stop bleeding will happen, and it is controlled by a pair of allele that is called as capital H and small h. Okay, so this capital H denoting the dominant character, and this small h denoting the like recessive character. Okay, so here H is normal allele and H is responsible for the hemophilia, because here it is a recessive kind of disease, so that's why small h will be responsible for this particular type of the disease. Okay, so suppose if parents is having, like, this is the female parent. Okay, so this is the suppose female parent. So if in both the locus the capital S is present, that means the female is normal. Okay, and if it is present, the capital S is present in one locus and another locus it is present small h, it means the female parent is heterozygous in nature, or we can say like it is carrier in nature. Okay, because it is carrying one hemophilic gene, and once it find with like other hemophilic gene, then it will show the symptoms. Okay, so she may transmit the disease to the son. Okay, because son is not having another x, it is on like it is only having the single x. Okay, so and here it is the y. Okay, so when this type of male is crossed with this type of female, then in the son what will happen, x capital H and then x. Okay, and the another this will be y. Okay, then only it will be male. Okay, so the another will be again like x and y. So 50% will be affected and 50% will be normal one. Okay, because here capital H will come and in this x small h will come, so this will be affected and this will be normal, right? So if the mother will be heterozygous in nature, like in case of the sex-linked recessive, then the son will be easily affected. Okay, because daughter is having another x, so it can be compensated, like it will not easily affected because it is having extra x, but in case of the son it is only having single x. So when the x gene go to the means son, then it will be it will show the affected symptoms. Okay, and here like daughter will be affected when both the like this type of gene will occur, like XH and XH. Okay, then only we can say like it is hemophilic female. How it will happen? When both the parents, like either the mother should be carrier, or the like homozygous dominant, and the parents like the father should be also affected. If the female have to affect from the hemophilic in nature, so then the father and mother both should be affected from the like hemophilic disease. Okay, so this is the hemophilic disorder genes. Okay, where both in both the locus small h is there. Okay, and in case of normal male, if like here I have said you, like in the case of XH when transmit to the son, then it is normal. When the small h transmit from mother to son, then it is the hemophilic male. Okay, so this is the cross of hemophilia. Like that, here the color blindness is another like sex linked recessive disorder due to the effect in either red or green cone of the eye. So the person who is having the color blindness, they can't discriminate between the red and green color. Okay, so it is due to the mutation in some genes in sex chromosomes. Okay, and it occurs in 8% of male and only 0.4% of female. This is due to the genes are X linked. Okay, so that's why the sex linked dominant disorder are more in female, whereas the sex linked recessive disorder are more in the male case. Okay, so here you can better understand like how this recessive is working. Okay, so suppose here one carrier mother is there and one carrier father is when cross sorry normal man is cross, then what is the percentage of offspring? Okay, so carrier means it is having color blindness in one locus, capital C and small c. Suppose this is the small c. Okay, so and this is the normal xy. Okay, normal xy main. So when it is crossed, so this x will cross with this x. Okay, so it will be in both the locus of the xx, the gull will be normal. Okay, then this x will cross with this x. Okay, so here it will be carrier because this carrier locus is crossing with the normal father x. Okay, so that's why the offspring will be carrier. Okay, then in case of the son, this x will cross with this y, then normal son will occur, and when this carrier x will cross with this y, then the color blind son will occur because it is not having extra x to compensate this gene which is coming from the mother. Okay, so that's why the what is the percentage here? 50% offspring is normal and 25% will be color blind and 25% will be carrier. Okay, this is the percentage. Likewise here another type of cross is there when the carrier woman cross with the color blind man. Okay, so color blind man means here x is in case of the male, here is also having the color blind gene. Okay, here it was the normal male, so that's why xy was the normal, but in case of the color blind it is x is having the gene of the color blind. Okay, so and carrier woman will be same like capital C, and in another x it is the small c. Okay, so when these two type of woman and men cross, then this x will cross with the this x. Okay, so capital C and small c will be carrier for this girl. Okay, then another is the small c here, this one. Okay, this one cross with this one, so this girl will be color blind because in both the locus now small c is there. Okay, carrier means it is having like it is carrying the disease but it is not showing the symptoms, right? Because the another x is compensating to become it a like become to showing the affected symptoms, right? So that's why it is carrier. But when the both the locus is occupied by the this small c, then it is getting color blind. But in case of the sun, what is happening? It is only having the single x. So when it comes from the mother, like when the normal capital C is coming, then it is normal, and when it is this small c carrying x is coming to this sun, then it is color blind. Okay, this y is not can't be compensating this x, so that's why it is color blind. Okay, so this is the like two type of scenario here. How many 50% offspring is color blind. Okay, and 25% is normal, and 25% is carrier. Okay, so that you have to remember. Normal allele is dominant, capital C, recessive allele is small c, and this small c is actually responsible for the color blindness, and the son of a heterozygous woman has a 50% chance of being color blind. Okay, so this type of statement wise question can be also asked if suppose carrier woman is crossing with color blind men, then how much means what is the probability or what is the percentage of son should be color blind, like that it can be asked. Okay, and a daughter will be color blind only when her mother is at least a carrier and her father is a color blind. Okay, then only the daughter will be color blind. As I told you, like it is having two x, so that's why if one x is coming from the mother which is color blind, but the father is having normal x, then it can't be show the symptoms. But when the father is affected as well as this carrier gene is also coming to this girl, then it will be color blind. Okay, then the sickle cell anemia, it is the autosomal linked recessive trait. Okay, and it can be it is the autosomal. Okay, previously what we have seen is that is the sex linked recessive one. Okay, it is the autosomal recessive trait. It can be transmitted from parents to offspring when both the partners are carrier. Okay, and means it will be heterozygous condition. It can there is two type of scenario. Either it can be both the parent will be heterozygous. Okay, and suppose this is sickle cell. Okay, here one parent and this is the another parents. Okay, so like that. Okay, so this is the one case. Another case is both is having the both the gene is having the sickle cell, both the parent is present in the recessive condition, then also it will be autosomal linked recessive trait will show. Okay, so homozygous dominant will be normal. Here you can see that both no one is having the this sickle cell gene. Okay, so then it is homozygous dominant, so it is normal. Heterozygous condition is either two carrier when will meet, then one of the offspring will be having HBS type of gene. Okay, and homozygous recessive also will be affected one. Okay, so that is the cross of sickle cell anemia. What happens in this case of the sickle cell anemia? The defect is caused by the substitution of glutamic acid by the valine at the position 6th. Okay, so this is the polypeptide chain of the beta globulin chain of hemoglobin. Okay, the blood. Okay, so blood carrier protein is the hemoglobin. Okay, so here on the 6th position what is happening is this glutamic acid is changed in the valine position. Okay, so that you also remember in some like in some exams it has been asked like which position is changes happen in case of the sickle cell anemia. So it is the 6th position where the glutamic acid is changing to the valine. Okay, so that's why this here you can see that the red blood cell is getting sickle cell type. Okay, so that's why it the oxygen carrying capacity of this particular type of cell is reduced because of this sickle cell cell. Okay, and the second disease is the phenylketonuria. Here it is a kind of metabolic disorder. Okay, and it is a autosomal recessive trait. It is due to the mutation in the gene of phenylalanine hydroxylase. Okay, so this is a kind of enzyme and it is happened due to the mutation in the gene which is encoding this particular enzyme or this particular protein. Okay, and this enzyme is actually converting this phenylalanine to phenyl pyruvic acid. Okay, so when it is mutated, then in this phenyl pyruvic acid is sorry, here the phenylalanine hydroxylase if won't form, then this phenylalanine can't be converted into tyrosine. Okay, so that's why this phenylketonuria is occur. And here the phenyl pyruvic acid will not form, okay, and it will accumulate in the brain, resulting in the mental retardation, and these are also excreted through urine because of the poor absorption of the kidney. Okay, so suppose it is not forming the phenyl pyruvic acid, then it will either accumulate in the brain, or it will like secreted through the urine, because in this condition the kidney absorption will be very low. Okay, so this is the like autosomal recessive cross. So suppose here capital R small r, capital R small r. Okay, so this is the unaffected carrier, here it is also unaffected carrier. So when these two type of carrier cross, then here capital R will cross this capital R, then both will be capital R in case of this person. Okay, and it is unaffected. In this case the capital R will cross with this small r. Okay, so this is the like carrier one. Okay, so this is the carrier one because it is having one dominant and one recessive. Then second thing is this R is cross with this R. Okay, so then again it will be carrier. Okay, because it is also having capital R or small r. Okay, and this small r is when crossing with this small r, so then it is the affected person, because here both the gene is affected, small r, so that's why it is affected. Okay, so this is all about the phenylketonuria. Now there is another disease, that is the thalassemia. It is an autosomal linked recessive disorder, and it is also related to the blood. Okay, and it is transmitted from unaffected carrier parent to the offspring. And like here what is happening, thalassemia is a quantitative problem, like synthesis of few globulin molecule, whereas here in case of the sickle cell anemia it is a qualitative problem, because here the synthesis in a incorrectly functioning globulin. Okay, because there in case of the sickle cell anemia what you are doing is you are changing the amino acid residue like glutamic acid to valine, so that's why whatever globulin is forming, that is like not proper, like this is the incorrectly functioning protein you are making there. But in case of the thalassemia, the protein is correctly making, but the number is very low, so it is the quantitative problem, and here it is the qualitative problem. Okay, and there is two type of thalassemia, one is the alpha thalassemia, and second one is the beta thalassemia. Okay, so alpha thalassemia occur in the alpha globulin chain, and beta thalassemia is occur in the beta globulin chain. Okay, it is controlled by two closely linked genes, that is the HBA1 and HBA2 on the chromosome number 16 of each parent. Okay, and it is occur on the chromosome number 11. Okay, the more genes affected, the less alpha globulin molecule will be produced, and mutation of one or both the genes cause the disease. Okay, so it is directly proportional to the gene affected, but here mutation, if it is like beta thalassemia will occur, like if one of the gene will be mutated, then beta thalassemia can occur. Okay, so the second type of disorder is the chromosomal disorder, which is a type of genetic disorder caused due to the change in one or many chromosome, or as we earlier discussed, like if the complete chromosome taking into consideration and the arrangement happens in the chromosomal level, then it is called as the chromosomal disorder. Okay, so the example of the chromosomal disorder is the Down syndrome. Okay, so this syndrome is type of the trisomy, as there is an extra copy of the chromosome number 21. Okay, so in the 21 there is trisomy, means extra X will come here. Okay, so that is the Down syndrome. Just remember the chromosome number, means in exam point of view it can be asked like in Down syndrome which chromosome is affected, so that is the chromosome number 21. In 21 there is Down syndrome, because here extra copy of the chromosome is found. Okay, so extra X chromosome will come here. Okay, then second one is the Klinefelter syndrome. So this genetic disorder arises due to the presence of an additional X chromosome in male. Okay, thus resulting in a chromosome count of 47 instead of the 46. Okay, so it is it is showing saying that in the sex chromosome level there is an extra X chromosome, whereas in case of here it is the autosome chromosome is increasing in number, but here it is the sex chromosome is increasing number. So in male there is there should be like X and Y, but here instead of X and Y, here it is the X, double X and Y. Okay, so on the chromosome like the chromosome number will be increased. In this case it is the 47. Okay, then third one is the Turner syndrome, where like the Klinefelter syndrome, in this chromosomal disorder there is a absence of X chromosome in the female. Okay, Klinefelter syndrome occur in the male and Turner syndrome occur in the female condition, but here in case of female there should be double X, right? But here one X is absent in case of the Turner syndrome. Okay, so that's why decreasing the chromosome count, like it should be 46 in number, but here in case of the Turner syndrome it is the 45. Okay, so these are the three typical chromosomal disorder: Down syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome and Turner syndrome. So Down syndrome occur in the chromosome number 21, where one extra chromosome will add. In Klinefelter syndrome it is also like occur in it is occur in the sex chromosome of male. Okay, and here the extra X is come, and in case of Turner syndrome it occur in the female, and where the one X chromosome will be absent. Okay, so this is the Turner syndrome. So regarding this, one question has been asked in previous year GATE. So match the type of chromosomal inheritance with corresponding gene disease or trait: autosomal recessive inheritance, autosomal dominant inheritance, X-linked inheritance, Y-linked inheritance. That the example of the disorder is Huntington disease, hairy ears, cystic fibrosis or hemophilia. What will be the correct combination? Yes, the option C is the correct answer, because like hemophilia as one of the like major X-linked recessive disease it is. Okay, so that's why R will be 4. Okay, so here in the all given option R, only in the C option R is crossing with this 4. Okay, and another exam we can see this cystic fibrosis, it is the autosomal recessive. Okay, so this is the option C again, and this autosomal dominant inheritance is Huntington disease, right? And this Y-linked inheritance is hairy ear. Okay, so this is the correct combination of this question.